All right, and we are now live. Hi, I am Kara858, and today we're here for season 2, episode 1 of Rivenwood Academy. So, of course, here at the Cookout, we always like to give love and support to different individuals in the community. We like to shout out different channels, so that perhaps you can take a look at their content and support them as for their endeavors and things that they're currently working on. First, as always, we love to give a shout out for is Adrian Bear, who is known as the Bear Pen. He's a good friend of pretty much everyone here in the cast. And he has his own Twitch as well as his own YouTube channel called The Bear Pen that ends with an H. A couple of us is actually featured in one of their shows known as Blood in the Bayou. Oh, Dr. Doom, thank you so much for the bits. We definitely appreciate it. Dr. Doom
already balling on us.
Coming in and chat. We always appreciate the love and support that you give.
Thought you was lurking, Doom.
So he has Blood in the Bayou. He just recently completed a series called Milkong Blues, which was a City of Mist campaign, a very awesome narrative-based campaign that was incredible. We just completed that mini series, and he has a couple of new shows coming up in the near future. So if you can, definitely go ahead and give the Bear Pen a follow. That is the Bear Pen that ends with an H. Second, we love to give a shout out for, of course, is Hunter's Entertainment. Hunter's Entertainment is a variety TTRPG channel that features mostly horror as well as sci-fi based content. So you will see well-known individuals as Fell Flakes coming in with the resub. Thank you so much. We appreciate the hype. Oh wow, we're almost at the hype train. I just got a notification. We're almost at the hype train. So definitely check out Hunter's Entertainment. You have well-known individuals such as Melee Damage, Michelle Young, Markia Bacardi, and quite a few well-known individuals. Also, Alex Redeye, which is a good friend of ours, is featured in the Bear Pen and is also a tech producer at Hunter's Entertainment. He was actually, I think, at Gen Con earlier today. I think I saw some tweets come saying he was at Gen Con. And not only that, but Hunter's Entertainment has regularly been providing us with support, sending us raids, which we definitely appreciate it, especially in current times. Oh, Bell Flames with the 5-tier gift subs. Thank you so much. We definitely appreciate it. Oh yeah, in September, I forgot about that. So Hunter's Entertainment, they have a great show. They always give us support. So if you can, definitely go ahead and give them a follow and support them on their endeavors. And last but certainly not least, I love to get a shout out for is a show called Kids on Bike, which is on Pixel Circus. It features individuals such as Sharif Jackson, which is known from Rivals of Waterdeep. It has well-known individuals. The hype train is coming over. What? It has started? Wow, that's our first time that we actually had a hype trade. This is amazing. Once again, thank you all. At level 3, what is happening? I'm trying.
Doom trying to stay on top. That's what's happening.
Wow, I have never seen. Thank you all so much for the love and support. Especially nowadays, as you all know, Twitch has been acting a little weird in regards to some of the content that we've been seeing, and so this type of support means a whole lot to us, especially because we have a lot of security parameters in place to make sure that we have a nice, safe space and make sure hate raids and other content doesn't come into place. So thank you all so much for the support. It does keep our visibility low, but I much rather prefer for us to have a nice, safe community than kind of put ourselves out there and then risk the possibility of dealing with hate raids and individuals, try to cause problems and issues. So we always appreciate the love and support that you all give. I'm sorry, going back, of course, to the shout out, the Pixel Circus. Definitely go ahead and take a look at their content. They come in on, Dr. Dude, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Wow, you guys are incredible. But yeah, definitely take a look at their show. It starts on Thursdays at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely go ahead and give their show a look and see what they're doing. So those are all for the shout outs. Next we're going to have is our announcements. And I've been waiting to announce this for a while. Announce this for a while.
That's all me.
We have quite a couple new shows coming out. For one, we have a brand new Mage the Ascension campaign coming out that features some of the individuals here in this cast. Rhea, of course, is the DM, and also you will see Nerdy. You also will see well-known individuals as Aki, as well as Sharif Jackson, who we were just talking about for the Pixel Circus. You will see Super Dylan, who was also on Lords of Faerun, as well as Melee Damage. It's a fantastic cast. We've actually been doing a thank you so much for this for the gift stuff. Y'all are incredible. We're going to be having that coming out exclusively on our YouTube channel starting in October. We've been having a prequel arc where we've been able to play with our characters and see it. And for those who would like to see those prequel arc, those are going to be released as bonus episodes on our upcoming Patreon. So I cannot wait to show you all what we were working on. And that's going to be coming out in October. Also coming out in October is our second series, which is called Gods of Color, which is a homebrew campaign that I created where the entire cast are demigods. And these are going to feature some individuals also in the cast. Nerdy is there as well as Ree. But you also see Melee Damage as well as Cynthia Marie and Brandy, who you may see as from Melcom Blues. I am so excited to release that campaign. If you all like the Avengers or like Percy Jackson, you're going to love this campaign. I'm telling you, we had one session already as like a test combat session, and she already gave me one of the biggest compliments I ever received by saying that was the most fun she's ever had in the combat. So I was completely floored by that compliment, and I cannot wait to show you all what we've been working on in that campaign. So that also will be coming out in October. And last but certainly not least, we have another campaign coming out. It's a spy game campaign, also featuring Aaron's actually in that campaign. You will see a couple individuals, Liza, as well as an individual named Michael. That one features a spy game system. So if you like a more modern, Fast and Furious, G.I. Joe type campaign, also Mimsy is also in the campaign.
Completely forgot about me.
No, I started working around.
She's the favorite one.
Yeah.
She's the favorite one.
I don't want to reveal any spoilers, but let's just say all of the PCs seems to be. No, you know what? Let me just stop. let me just stop right there.
Don't tell them, man.
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything there. So that's also going to be released on YouTube, and I cannot wait again to show you all that content. I'm also DMing that campaign as well, and so all of these is going to be released in October. But you're hearing the first announcement here, as well as going to be we're going to be showing some artwork as well as other content slowly appearing on Twitch. On Twitter as well as our Discord. So if you want to keep up to date, make sure you follow our Twitter at TheKara858. You join us at our Discord, and we will definitely keep you up to date as all the projects are released in October. And I can't believe we have hit level 5 for the hype trade. This is my first time actually getting a hype trade, let alone reaching level 5. So you all are absolutely incredible.
Bask in it.
Thank you all so much. We definitely appreciate it. We appreciate the love and support, especially nowadays in current time. And so with that said, I think now is a perfect time to bring in our intro video for season 2, episode 1 of Rivenwood Academy.
Season 2.
Micah, Ardris, Meaty, Calvin, Otis. Behold the spellbinding abilities of Rivenwood Academy.
All right, and we are now back. And we had some interesting circumstances that happened last episode. So, Aaron, take it away.
Take it away.
It's going to be loopy this time, y'all. It's going to be real fun, I think. So last episode was a glorious beach episode in which nothing bad happened. We had a lot of fun. Beach volleyball was had, and Kellen pulled off a surprise win and turned that into some very smooth play with his... Y'all gonna name yourselves yet? Don't know yet. And then
It's shipping name?
No, our group name.
It's now
okay,
complicated. It's now complicated.
In the span of like
It
10 minutes.
It was a situationship. It's now complicated. We'll see where it goes from there. Yeah. Micah had some bad dreams of the sea, unfortunately. Otis was sticking kind of to himself. Kellen played detective with Honinko, who was up in the academy not enjoying the beach time.
Because the kid told me so. I just wanted to note it for the record.
It is true. That is definitely why you did it. And then happy beach times were had. There was a big bonfire built. Everything was going great until suddenly it was not. The superposition of the understudy on the academy proper created a situation where the entire thing exploded in terrifying fashion. The towers that were in the understudy suddenly uprooted through the arboretum, like weirdly messing up that spatial boundary that was binding the arboretum as it began to spill out over the cliffside into the ocean. Bits of the walls were raining down in shards. Everything was destroyed, and we are missing currently quite a few people. But the teachers who were on the beach and a few who were able to make it down afterwards quickly got our party towards their emergency exit. They had an evacuation plan for if something went south. There was a cave not too far off of the sea with 3 permanently carved transportation circles that would take people to places of safety. And our party was heading towards Sarantamiel because of the Alaran connection. They're heading towards the Hall of Mages. But as they stepped on and the ritual was completed, Otis looked down and realized, I don't know a lot about magic circles, but I'm pretty sure a chip across that line isn't good. It exploded. Our party didn't see it. But for everyone else left in that cave, it exploded in hot white light. And our party has now found themselves arriving in night.
And that's when we discovered that only 2 of the 3 magic circles were actually permanent, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
They said the Titanic was unsinkable. They said this magic teleportation circle was permanent. They were wrong both times. Yeah. So, where we are now is literally that next second. You all, make a dex check for me real quick.
Oh boy.
First
You
roll.
got it, dude.
How do you do this?
Check or save. I guess doesn't matter for me.
Make it a save because
Okay.
you're falling.
Hey, 21 for me is
Natural 20.
Same.
same.
Question.
I'm getting natural 20s.
Am
Who
I
are you
allowed?
people?
We are becometh God. You cannot take us off our toes.
Ready, dog.
Am I allowed advantage with my weeks?
Nope. Just take it.
No,
Just take it.
sorry, not for this one. If you're aware it was coming, I would argue yes, but this was very much a surprise.
I got 11.
Oh no.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
Otis,
Nat 20.
are you kidding me?
Not kidding.
All right, okay.
I can
all
hold it
right.
up to the camera.
I understand. The dice have decided that all of my monsters are now eldritch beings. It's fine. It's dirty. You take 6 points of damage as you land poorly. You were on this kind of craggy mountain surface. I don't know if any of y'all have been to the Rockies, but if you have, it's that kind of forest, but you're deep in it. So there is actual tree canopy cover. And in the area that you are in, it is extremely dark. For those of you who have dark vision, it is basically, those of you who do not have dark vision, it's basically pitch black for you. And it's very rocky, lots and lots of trees. This is not where you're supposed to be. You know, and in fact, Ardris, you know exactly where you were supposed to be. You've been to the Hall of Mages in Therantamio before. You know exactly what it should look like, and it is not this.
I kick the nearest tree.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
All right.
Please don't be mine. Please. Please.
It's gonna be.
Oh, okay. I kick the nearest tree that's not Ardris's. I mean, come on.
It's not Ardris.
I mean,
No. That's not Otis's tree. I wouldn't kick his tree.
Would you kick Ardris though?
Zach, you take 28 points of damage as the tree that you kick is not just any random tree, but as it moves, you can see it's huge. And as it moves, it has like the trunk, the limbs of it are almost like limbs of a person. In its branches, there are these weird, sickly looking like combinations of root and vine and moss that almost look like hanging corpses coming off of it, except for they're dripping this green sap. It comes down, it hits you and pins you to the ground. You're currently restrained, and I need a con save. Ree, what's your AC right now?
13, because I don't think we would have had mage armor up at the beach.
Yeah, you also take 21 points of damage. You are restrained, and I need a con save.
Can I use shield?
Possibly. What would that bring your AC up to?
18.
18. Let me double check.
Whoa. If we get a
18
reaction.
will not do it. It was 24 to hit. So 18 will not do it. Ursa, what is your AC right now again?
13.
You are also, you take, let me roll the damage for you really quick.
Really quick, what was my damage again? Can you repeat that?
It was 28 for Kellen, 26 for you, I believe. 18 for Ursa.
Oh boy. Okay.
For Otis, sorry. Con saves all around, please.
All right. Off to a rocking good start.
I got a 9.
You have the poison condition.
I have a 12.
Which means poison. No. Well, actually, let me double check that. Yeah, you have the poison condition. Nerdy, you don't have to roll it. You didn't get hit.
Oh, okay.
That's a total of 21
Otis.
on the con save.
Okay, you're good. For Ree and for sorry, gosh, I've got all your names backwards. I'm on the hyper one this time, and it's weird it being on this side. For Kellen and for Ardris, you have the poison condition, which means you have disadvantage on ability rolls and attack checks right now. And you will take an additional 3 points of envenomed damage.
Oh my god.
For the rest of you who are not currently pinned by tree, this is not the only bad thing you see right here. So as this thing is moving and it is attacked, it gets 3 attacks. So it hit. These things that are swinging in like its branches, as it gets low to the ground, begin to grow roots to come down onto the ground and move independently. Without a perception check, I can't tell you anything else that's in the area, but I will tell you it's bad.
Okay.
I would like everyone to please roll initiative.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh, Aaron.
Hey, hit trees. Take the consequences.
Okay. I've got it rolled. Oh, man. That's a lot of help.
Mm-hmm. Especially for the squishies, which is everyone here, I think.
I didn't
Sorry,
choose this.
Otis, how much did you take?
Asking how much damage did I take? 18
Yeah.
points of damage.
18, that's right. And it was 3 extra for
Ardris and Kellen.
And Kellen. Gotcha. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. All right. Ardris, what'd you get for initiative?
25.
Kellen?
11. I didn't choose this. You chose this.
No.
In the pregame chat, you knew I was going to do this. You decided that it would be this tree. You did this. It wasn't me.
I want you to know this area was always going to be dangerous. I did not think it would kick off quite this quick, but yeah.
Of course. No, it's fine. You knew exactly what I was going to do, and you decided to insert exactly the worst possible. I get it. It's fine. You know.
No, when you said you were going to do it, I was like, well, that's one way to kick off the thing that was going to happen. Mary.
14.
14. Micah.
15.
15. Otis.
17.
17. Shylin.
I got a 6.
6. Charlotte, you're the only one going after our baddies. So congratulations on that. They rolled low. All right. I'm going to be real with you. You've seen the kind of damage it does. You know it gets multi-attacks. You know it has minions that are starting to root. This is a bad situation. I don't want you to be like, oh yeah, but we got really cool stuff. It is a bad situation.
I'm well aware.
Ardris, what would you like to do?
That is a good question. I'm going to Scorching Ray it.
You're going to Scorching Ray which?
Is it how many? Is it one big thing or many small?
So there is one big thing, but as it is moving, you can see small things coming off of it to the order of maybe 7 of them.
Yeah, I'm going to target the one holding me.
Okay, yeah, you are definitely underneath it. So go ahead and hit that Scorching Ray.
16 for the first one.
All right. Let me double check. 16 is the armor class, so meets it, beats it. 16 hits.
The second one misses. The third one is a 25, so that one will hit for a total of 4d6 damage. So that one roll that. All right, 14 total.
As you do that, it doesn't hit as hard as you would have expected.
That's persistent to fire damage.
Yes.
Well, then I...
Hey, I want you to know a lot of this is not directly from my own brain. The venom is something that is from my brain. The rest of this is from other sources, and fire is, that was their thing, not mine.
I will use my power surge to deal force damage. Equal to deal 3 points of force damage.
Okay. Cool. It barely notices that you did anything. That's it? All right. Otis.
How close are all of this plant life to Otis?
You are currently pinned by this plant life. You are underneath like this kind of shoot of like basically, like, you think about like a tree trunk that separates into a very thick limb. That thing has become what is rooting you to the ground. You are restrained and cannot move. You could not be any closer, really.
All right, Otis is going to cast Speak with Plants.
Interesting. All right, you do so.
And Otis is going to go like, hey, easy. I don't know what got into that guy over there, but what's the problem?
Who you were talking to, the big tree, right?
Mm-hmm. You'll be directing it at the big tree.
Okay. What you get back is Okay, so it does not have a mouth. It does not speak, but it does have telepathy, which you're going to find out. And it understands common, which is nice. And in your head, you hear, I am hungry. It is time for more to be reborn. And
can I respond, or?
There's this undertone of mindless anger underneath it. You can have like basically a normal conversation. It can understand you. It will telepathize back.
Would that first sentence be considered a free action if I leave it there?
Yeah, I'll call it.
Okay.
After you use Talk with Animal, I'll give you a little bit for free action.
Okay. So it doesn't specifically say that it is an action. So I would like to command the plant that is growing on top of Otis, and Otis is going to tell it to get off of him. Because it says you can command plants within 30 feet of him for simple commands.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It is a plant. Actually, hold on. It's straight up a plant. I was going to say, but it's a creature. No, it's classified as a huge plant. Mm-hmm. So tell me exactly what you tell it.
Get off of me.
This massive, impossibly massive limb begins to raise, and it raises above you. It's kind of holding above your head, but it is not currently pinning you down.
Can Otis use his movement to just get from underneath it?
Yes.
Okay, he does so. And then he's gonna, I'm assuming the rest of the group heard him say this out loud, Speak with Plants.
Yeah, you are speaking in common because it understands common. They're just not hearing the answers because that's in your brain.
And then, Otis is gonna turn around and go like, hey guys, just give me a second. I think I can reason with him. Remember, my dad's a tree. We can work this out. And that'll be the end of Otis's turn.
Cool. If there is one thing I love about the Vorpal sword is that I never know what you're gonna do, and it is a beauty every time. Micah, your turn to surprise me. What's up?
So Micah sees the chaos ensuing around him, and immediately he's going to go on the defensive. So he's going to essentially use Bastion of Law and essentially generate 5 points as you start to see eyes start to appear all across his body and just wraps around his physique to give him a reduction to damage. And as a bonus action, he's going to use his ring. He's going to use another sorcery point to change the ring. Is it 1 or 2? I think it's 2 points. Is it 2 points? Quicken 2. Yeah, 2 points. So yeah. So it changed the ring. He'll use it to cast Mage Armor on himself. And from there, he's just going to take a few steps back.
I don't think you can use sorcery points to change the ring, but using the ring is a bonus action, I believe.
Oh, it is?
I'll have to double check the list. If it isn't, it now is by rule of law.
Okay. And I'll just use that to go ahead and use a Mage Armor on himself. And he's just going to take a few steps back, just completely shocked by everything.
Cool. So I imagine you're moving kind of as far back as you can get away from the madness.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Mary.
Gee, I know what Mary would do, but is it logical? I don't know.
Kellen is going to spend his reaction.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah, sure. Sorry. I definitely should have asked you that when I hit you. You got a reaction for me. What's up?
He says, run.
Wow. Okay.
It's a reaction to speak
Nice.
outside of your turn. And I, the player, want to convey information to Miri's player at the moment. So Kellen is spending his reaction to shout, run.
Can I roll a wisdom save here?
Against what?
Listening to Callan or staying and fighting?
You have to play autonomy. You have to choose.
I can't choose.
Do high or low. It's easy.
Yeah, flip a coin for yourself then.
All right.
We'll put this burden on Aaron.
I stay.
I got enough burdens trying to kill everyone. Don't give me something else.
All right. I rolled that I'm staying. So,
Okay.
Shoot. Right now I'm going to cast.
You're getting the countdown, just so you know.
I am. I'm casting Armor Agathis.
Okay.
It's
Sorry,
probably
this
not-
is an intense fight. This is not a we have time to think and make strategy. This is
just advocating for my other players here. It's not fair to give a countdown into the camera unless you say I'm beginning a countdown. She wasn't looking at you.
That's fair. I'm sorry. Next time I will audibly give you a countdown.
Thank you.
And at the moment she will just give let me roll d6 3, so I'm gonna give it to Kellen. Bardic Inspiration.
How do you inspire?
No, I'm staying here and I'm fighting for all of you.
I mean, I as a DM find it inspiring to not split the party. So I think it's worth giving you the inspiration point. I think Kellen might feel less inspired, but maybe that will inspire you in a response in the moment. Oh, speaking of, do you have anything else, Mary?
No, that is it.
Movement? Are you going to try and move away? Because we're all really grouped together. So if you stick around, you are also kind of...
She'll probably start moving towards one of the creepy little body things.
The creepy body things are currently detaching from the main tree, so you can't really get any closer.
Well, more of just going towards where she think that they would go.
Okay. Cool. Kellen, it is your turn.
You asked for this.
Uh-oh.
I did. Honestly, I did.
Okay. There's a restraining condition on Kellen, but do you agree it states nothing about you being incapable of casting spells while you're restrained?
I do agree.
Okay, and you agree that the poison condition in no way affects my ability to force other people to make saves?
I do agree.
Okay.
This is part of the calculus I did when I made this.
Force pushing directly up at all 3 of the tentacles that are holding down me and my friends. 3rd level spell. Push them 15 feet away, and then he's going to get up and run.
Is there a save for that?
It is a constitution-based saving throw.
Okay.
I'll just cast it there. You can see it in roll 20. It's doing 27 damage, so a save will half. I would argue they have penalties due to being currently holding me down, but just ultimately up to you.
The save was what?
Constitution.
The DC? Sorry.
14.
You lucky son of a gun. I Don't you know this thing has a con of 22? Do you know how hard it is to fail a con save when you're that
tentacles have a con of 22?
The plant itself, yeah, the creature itself has a con of 22. But
well, it's funny that you would say that because I would describe my situation as decidedly unlucky right now. So apparently we're not on the same page.
Just under a 14, because I rolled a 7 and 7 plus 6 is 13. You are able to, in fact, force that you do 27 points of damage, you said?
Yes.
Are you upcasting?
Tentacles.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you upcasting that? Like, I'm not familiar with how that works. Is it like from a point, or is it like in a cone?
It's a 30-foot cone from a point. So in this case, the point is my hand, and it's going straight up towards all three of the tentacles. I would argue it at least pushes all three of the tentacles.
I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to say not only does it push it, but I'm going to give double damage because it's doing it to multiple areas that are coming off of it.
I will take it.
I hate to tell you that it still doesn't seem hurt in the slightest, but all of you do have the ability to get out from underneath it now, as like this invisible force has kind of pushed back all of these like trunks that were holding you in place, except for Otis. You had already scrambled away. And I mean, I think this is a persistent condition for a little bit, right? Like, it's not like half a second. How long does it last?
Yeah, this is all happening over the span of like a 6-second round, right? So.
Yeah, but I mean, how long does that force push? Like, does it have a duration?
It's not persistent force. It just like it pushes once, and it will have the chance to attack people again. But I'm going to be running away on my turn.
Okay.
Scrambling to the ground and moving 15 feet away.
Awesome. So you catch someone that is hitting you and Ardris, and it pushes those up. You have movement. You can still move.
Yeah. 15 feet to get up and 15 feet away.
Okay. Cool. It is the tree's turn.
Oh boy.
That concludes what you were doing.
Why do you have a bonus action? Give me 1 second. Anything relevant to do with that? No, there would be if I was level 7 rogue, but I'm not. Or level 2 rogue.
You guys got lots of items and stuff that do bonus things. Like, that is something you also should consider. There's a reason I stacked up those bonus, because I know that a lot of times casters don't get a lot of great bonus actions to pull off. So, that's your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Because of Otis is talking to it and being like, what are you doing? There's a slight less, how do I put this? It's still coming for you, but it seems content to kind of like come for you instead of just obliterate you in one go and feast on your entrails. Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, that's kind of interesting. No one's ever asked me why I eviscerate people. Maybe we can talk about it over lunch or whatever. But I will say that two of these little weird, they're like effigies of hanged people built out of viscera and also plant matter. And they seem to be oozing something that you would guess, based on those constitution checks earlier, is probably poisonous. Okay. And two of them hit the ground and start running. One of them is directly in front of you, Miri. So as it arrives to you, let me get my stat block up here really quick. I forget the cool stuff that these things can do.
Oh God!
As it gets up to you, there's like, you would call it breath if it looked like something that could breathe, and then this spore cloud comes out. I'm going to need a con save from you. Let's see. Micah moved farther away. Ree and Shy. Well, actually, I don't think Ree's close enough. You and Shy. No, actually, you moved towards it. I don't think anyone else but you is close enough right now because it's a 5 IQ. So go ahead and roll me that con save.
21.
20.
Aaron,
Pass. You're good.
Aaron, I love you, but you got to get this figured out, or I'm gonna like demand that at break we draw a battle map and you put all the things in crayon where they are.
Yeah. Well,
you're making me really, really nervous right now. Okay.
I will do a better job of doodling my map so that I know where everyone is. Yeah. So you're good. You see that spore and you kind of just take a big breath and hold it so that you do not breathe it in. You are not slowed and poisoned. And I think that's the end of its turn. The other one is on the other side, but everyone has moved away from it. So it's going to try and take some movement towards... what's its movement? Oh, man, they got like no movement. It takes movement towards Micah, but it only gets part of the way there. You notice that as this thing is moving, it is tethered with this vine back to the tree. And that seems to be inhibiting some of the movement that it can take.
Okay.
That's the end of that. So that was a very interesting kind of turn of events. The gallows tree is going to the gallows tree is going to be planning something but is not doing something at this particular moment. Looks like it's preparing something, you might say. Shylin, it's your turn.
I am going to cast Beacon of Hope regularly.
Ooh. A regular Beacon of Hope.
A regular Beacon of Hope.
Where are you going to put it? I mean, everyone is crowded in such a way that you could pretty easily hit everybody right now. If you put it in the middle between where Mike is the person who's moved the farthest and Miri is the person who's moved the farthest, kind of in a triangle. If you put it in the middle, you could hit, I think, pretty much everyone.
Don't I just like target? Or can I just put? I guess I'll put it in the middle where everybody can get it.
Well, you can put it wherever you want. Far be it for me to tell you what to do with your Beacon of Hope.
Can I keep it on me and move with it?
Does it move?
Well, it just says that I target the players, and each player that I target, it affects like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe I've forgotten what Beacon of Hope does.
It just says for the duration, each target has
been
advantage. We can definitely. I don't mind.
Okay, you're right.
You get advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws, and then whenever you heal for the maximum number of hit points instead of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Shylin.
And then what can I use my spiritual weapon on without affecting anybody else?
Right now, no one is pinned in the tree. However, Ree is prone directly underneath where one of these trunks are. So damaging that one could end up poorly. There is one of these little zombie root vine creepy thingies directly in combat with Miri. And there's one about halfway on their way towards Micah and sort of where Otis is. Yeah, they're on the same side.
I'll help the one. I'll put it at the one with Miri.
And I think it makes an immediate attack.
Yeah,
right?
That is a 10 to hit.
A 10 is not going to do it, unfortunately.
And that'll end my turn.
You're really close though for the little ones. Cool. Back up to the top of the order if that is the end. Oh, did you want to take any movement?
I will stay where I am for now so I can keep an eye on everything and then move if I have to later.
Okay, you are right next to everything bad happening. I do want to let you know, all of you started right up against
there.
it. So
okay, then I'll move. I will move to the safest place where I can still be in range.
Cool. Back up to the top, Ardris. There is this crazy, root-laden tree stump thing that is hovering right above your body. What do you want to do?
So I'm going to stand up. All right. Then I'm going to cast Fly on myself. And then I'm going to fly over and grab Kellen and move 45 feet, or, well, I don't know the difference between me and Kellen. But whatever that is, the difference between that and 45, I'm moving away from this plant thing.
Yeah. Collectively, you will be able to, with him, get 30 more feet away. Because he's kind of 15 feet away, so you can pick him up on the way and then get another 30 feet past that.
Wait. Do I have the opportunity to resist him grabbing me?
You do.
Okay, I don't. I'm just maintaining player autonomy. I absolutely allow him to grab me and fly me away.
Okay.
And using my reaction.
I love that there's no actual communication in game though. He's not like, hey, you want to lift? He's just like, nope, we're gone.
This is Warzone moment here. You don't ask people, don't ask your teammate to carry you from fire. You just move it.
No, he's absolutely right. You do not ask, hey, would you like me to step in front of that bullet?
Would you like me to save your life today, sir? Really? Well, if it's not too much trouble.
My options. All right. So fly is an action.
Yep, action test.
You would have an additional 15 feet. Well, I'm sorry. With fly, how far can you move?
60. So I would lose. I lose half my movement, and then so I don't know how you want to do the math, but I will lose half of it. I'll lose half my movement getting up, and then I will cast a spell and then try to move this. So however you.
Understood. Yeah. No. So you end up 45 feet away. You guys are the furthest away. You've gone past where Micah is. He's at 30 feet away right now. This is not a
clearing.
Thank you. I teach English for a living, and I do. Yeah, this is not a clearing. This is not like there's some open ground, and you guys are kind of like, no, this is all tree. The whole thing of it. So as you are moving 30 feet away, you are gaining cover because you're putting stuff in front of you, but also parts of it are going to be more difficult terrain. You're flying, so you're fine, but you're going to lose sight of each other very easily. And the big bad is going to lose sight of you very easily as you go through this. So conceivably, I think, Otis, make me a nature check.
Okie dokie. I hate it here, man. That is a total of 16.
Man, ain't it good when your bad days are a 16. You realize as you're watching this thing move, it moves fast. But you get the idea that as big as it is, the trees around you are going to be your best friend. Oddly, some of these trees, they give you kind of this familiar feeling. But there's a lot of when you talked with the plant, that's something kind of new for you. When you talked with the plant, you got this big well of fury and anger behind it as well. So you think that there's something not so great going on in the woods. Safety might be a very relative thing.
Got it.
Yeah. Ardris, sorry, I was going to Otis's turn, but I just needed to double check. Was there a bonus action for you, or was that it?
Nope, that's all.
Okay, so Otis, that we are on your turn. The nature roll was for free just because you're a nature dude. What do you want to do?
Okay, Aaron, this is going to be a matter of legalese. So,
Okay. I
while
love rules.
while they are all considered plants, will they also be considered creatures? Because my interpretation is like creatures are considered like anything that has like remote sentience in Dungeons and Dragons as a whole. Because they use it to refer to PCs and NPCs.
Yeah,
In fifth edition, he's right.
Yeah, it's tricky because I would not have allowed Speak with Plants to work if I didn't classify it as not a creature.
Okay.
So
I mean,
Sure.
I'm willing to be lenient with this. Lead me where we're going. Lead me where we're going because I think you've got something cool on the line. Tell me what we're going for.
Well, how many enemies do we have as far as the movie?
Right now, you got one big one. There are two small ones that are kind of tethered but on the ground. There are more of those up in the branches. You'd say like probably five-ish more. Five
more. Okay. Otis would like to, because Otis heard that they are hungry. He would like to offer them good berries in an attempt to stave their hunger.
You do not see any mouths.
They got roots.
They very clearly have roots.
here's my reaction again. I yell run again. second verse, same as the first. Run.
So would you allow a conversation in an attempt to occur if I attempt to do this?
You can make a conversation if you'd like.
Okay. Well, here we goes. This is the guy who didn't take speech class. All right. Okay, everybody, stop. Listen, you said you're hungry, right?
The image, like telepathy is a fun thing. In this case, you are not getting words, you are getting images, and it is spilled intestine and organ and rot and viscera that has been subsumed into these tendrils of this tree. You get the feeling that like it doesn't so much as photosynthesize as it does replenish its nourishment in other ways.
Good. What if I could offer you something where you're full?
I'm going to tell you that the DC is pretty much impossible, but I'm willing to let you try for a persuasion check.
Oh, no. Okay. This is going to be rough.
Just lay down that nat 20 again, buddy. You got this.
Get a nat 20 and it will work.
Lay it down.
All right. Here's for hoping. That's a 4.
You see as like it's offering, like it takes your offer as offering, and the limbs that are coming off of these tree trunks start to sharpen into like almost like claws and begin to reach forward towards you. And it looks like it could pretty easily tear you apart.
Well, screw it. I'm calling Nadine.
Okay.
As a bonus action.
Nadine is in existence.
And they all take fire damage, so to speak, based on her appearing everybody but Otis. That's a dex save for them.
You are not currently near anyone but Micah, so...
Oh, the plants aren't even near?
I mean, you moved away from them. One of them is moving close to you. Well, what's the range on that?
It's
For
just
the
5
fire
foot
damage?
radius.
Okay, then no. You would not hit Micah or that plant. They're both at like 10 feet from you.
All right. So, would you consider the plea a free action? Or would you consider that an action?
I think that you are running out of time. If you can get off a very quick action, I'll allow it, but it's fixing to become somebody else's turn. Okay, which way are you going?
15 feet toward the others.
Okay. From the math, you end up being about 10 feet away from where Kellen and roll.
I take Michael with me also.
Okay, so you'll move first to him.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me just a super quick D100 for me.
D100, okay. 80.
Cool, you're good. You end up actually right next to where 45. Yeah, you end up right next to where Kellen and Argus are.
Right.
Which means that Miri is all by herself, 45 feet away from where everyone else is, and Shy is about 15 feet away from her. No, 30 feet away from her. Not to where you are. Speaking of Miri, oh, sorry, it's not your turn yet. It's Micah's turn. Micah, did you willingly go with the teleport spell for one?
Yeah, he didn't know what was happening, but he just he just looks over. Do I still have the tree in line of sight?
No, you are in the middle of a forest. You've got lots of trees in line of sight, but you do not have any direct line of sight to what you were looking at.
Is it possible for me to move a few feet forward to be able to at least see the tree?
Could.
Yes. So I would like to move forward however many feet it would take, because he would allow Miri to be by herself around that time. And
you're going to end up back where you started, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So pretty much.
Like, it's all right. I get one.
Have you guys ever been in a forest, like a real one, where there's trees everywhere?
No, like, I grew up in my village, and then I went to the academy. And what do you mean?
Well, okay, Micah gets a pass. Micah's never seen nothing, but no. I mean, this is when I talk about a forest, I'm not talking about like, oh, hey, I'm in the foothills and like, you walk through and there's like a tree here and a tree there. This is extremely dense, extremely like it's a heavily wooded area in which like there are very little in the way of paths, even like rabbit trails and stuff. It is difficult terrain. It's difficult to move around. It's giving you full cover from where you are right now. But in order to get close enough that you can peek at it, you're basically gonna have to move exactly back to where you were.
Okay.
Do it, Micah.
Ouch. I guess. Can I see Miri at least, or I can't see Miri at all either?
No. She's even further than the tree is from where you were because she moved to the side to attack one of those small bits.
Oh.
Not further from you, but it just along a different.
Give me for the dogs, Micah. Do it.
No, he is going to.
I'm going to offer you a verbal countdown here in a moment.
That's what I say. He's going to wait there for Miri to show. If Miri does not appear by the next turn, he's going to move forward. Wait.
So do you have a held action you would like to hold for this round? Yeah. Or any movement you would like to take during this section?
Let's see. Yeah. The held action is going to be when he sees Mary, he's going to cast aid on Mary. Okay. And
cool. So the trigger is once you get eyeline on Mary, you will cast aid. Wonderful. Mary, your turn.
All right. So you said I'm 30 feet from Shy, right?
Yeah. And Shy is kind of in an angle towards where you saw other people headed. So if you were heading towards her, you would be going in the direction of where you think the other people are, although you cannot see them. Shy, you can partially see her. It's, again, like half cover basically for you when you're trying to see what she's doing.
I do want to run towards Shy. Full feet. Full 30.
Are you going to disengage? As an action, I want to remind you, everyone, as an action, can choose to disengage. This is an action that everyone can take.
Yeah.
As an action, you can choose it.
I am going to disengage, actually.
Okay, so action disengage. You're going to head over to Shy. That's your movement. Bonus action?
Not bonus action. Aaron, you talked about those magic items. I'm going to use my smoky.
Yes! Yes! It's one of my favorite ones that got made. I'm super excited about it. Heck, yes.
And I'm going to take Shy with me.
And I assume you're just going to kind of head in the general direction of where you thought people were?
If she got over there, could she kind of see at least like one of them?
Well, okay, here's the tricky thing. You can go within 60 feet of places you can see, or within 60 feet to places you have been. You have not been in this direction, but I think that you could see like through the trees to an area, but you would not know what is there. You would know that there's a place there. Like, you know, like when you look up in the trees and you're like, okay, there's branches here, branches there. You could guess that there's a place there, even though you can't physically see the ground. But no, you don't know where anyone else is. They teleported out or flew away.
Well, she'll just kind of look for that like clearing where like the general area people went, and then she'll use her smoke step.
Cool. Shy, are you a willing passenger on this flight?
Yeah, I'll be willing.
Okay. Cool. Roll me a D100, please, Miri.
Here we go. I don't have. Hold on. I gotta go into the dice bag. I didn't pull out a D100.
You know, it's the least used of my combination, but I like them so much that I try to resolve a lot of things with the hundreds.
All right. 42.
42. Oof. Not great.
Oh, no.
So you grab her, you disappear, you land somewhere. That is the thing that happened.
Oh, Aaron.
You are successfully not right next to the thing that was killing you. For all of its menace and its power, it wasn't very loud. It wasn't like roaring or something. It didn't have a mouth. So as you kind of take a moment, all of you take a moment to kind of breathe. The sounds of the forest slowly start to creep back in. You realize how silent it was when you landed. Where is everybody? Where are you? You are temporarily, I'm going to keep initiative order for if you get back into combat, because who knows what you're about to do. You are temporarily out of combat, so don't worry about running in terms, but you are not together. We have one group that is Ardris, Callan, Otis, and Micah, and one group that is Miri and Shy.
Would you agree that we are in a relatively dark forest?
It
there's
is
definitely like
extremely
there's definitely like a canopy, and it's like affecting. Okay, I flashed my light ring. Like activate it, deactivate it.
Ooh.
Okay. One question about that. Shy, do you have dark vision?
I'm pretty sure I don't.
Because Miri doesn't either.
Ooh, how does all of the Feywild creatures don't have dark vision? Like, what? That makes no sense.
I think it's always light the Feywild.
I do.
I also just checked. I have Devil's Sight, even though it's magical darkness, but
I have dark vision within 300 feet.
Oh. Yeah, because you're a Twilight Cleric. That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, I almost forgot.
Hey, also as a Twilight Cleric,
I can share it.
People dark vision. But you might want to save that for when the rest of the party is near you.
Save that.
But yeah, it is sick. I used it with Exeter.
If I cast Fairy Fire, will it target things and attack it, or can I cast it for like a sense of light for temporary?
Fairy Fire must be an attack.
Okay.
I think we ruled that a while back, and I'll just try and keep it consistently. Mary and Shy, please make me a perception check. If you do not have dark vision, make it at advantage.
Okay.
I got a 10.
I got 17.
17. It's just a split second. But you could have swore that in that direction there was a flash of light.
Mm-hmm.
Zina?
Could we, at least Mary, can she kind of gauge how far that was?
You would guesstimate it. I mean, my trig is rusty, but you would guesstimate it at like 30 feet.
Okay.
It was very quick. It was just kind of there and gone.
Tell me when 15 seconds have passed.
15 seconds have passed.
He does it again.
You see it again.
Okay. She kind of like, Shy, I saw something over there.
You think it's safe to go over there?
I guess. I don't know.
I guess suppose I can keep us both up if anything were to happen.
Yeah, and we need to find the others in there because I don't know where we are. This is not the library as far as I'm concerned.
This is about the time it would happen again.
Can I see it now that she pointed it out to me?
Yeah. I think now that she's pointing out to you, it's harder with dark vision because you see it in grayscale. And so you're seeing like a slightly different gray in a background. And because of the way the forest trees are working, it kind of looks to you just like the differences in trees. That's why it's more difficult for you than somebody who can't see.
I'm having a hard time seeing the thing, but if you lead the way, I can be your eyes for the area around us, so you didn't trip over anything.
And she'll like hold out her hand to Shy and just kind of walk over.
Tell me how you're moving.
So you know how whenever you're at night, you don't know where things are, and you just kind of put a hand out and shuffle a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, do I touch anything?
Would you describe yourself as cautious?
Yes.
Make a stealth check, please.
All right.
You got this.
Where have all my D12s gone? I've lost every D12
I just lost that D20. I can't see that, so I'm gonna roll a different one.
You want me to make one also?
Yes, please. I'll say for you, Shy, with advantage, please, because you are currently flying.
That is an 18.
I got a 13.
Okay. It's not the smoothest. Every once in a while, Shy is so like caught up in you not hitting a tree that she clips one. But eventually, you get close enough that moving back to the boys' night out. What are you guys doing for the last 30 seconds?
Micah's, I think when he sees the flash, I think he's noticing that as kind of like a beacon of sorts. So he's currently waiting patiently, but they're, just a stoic face hoping for them to appear. But that's all he's doing at the moment.
Argus would figure it out pretty quickly and just holding Kellen in the air at this point.
Cool. Oh, actually, with Kellen in the air, I do think it actually becomes easier to see as you get closer and you look up, because tree trunks grow kind of a little bit thinner towards the top before they go out into the canopy, and you look up and you're like, the light is flying. Oh, Kellen's flying because Argus is holding him. And the party is reunited. You are very yet close. Kellen has keen mind, or Argus, I forget.
Helen does.
Kellen, with your keen mind, you are aware that the danger is basically west of where you are, that you are not very far from where that is. But if you're kind of trying to think about directions where you can move, you know that west is the way that the danger was.
And I do I still know which way is north because of keen mind?
Yeah, that's why you know what west is. Because you know what
he's going to, once they arrive and he can tell, quickly suggest to everyone that they continue moving east, because if there's anything else in the forest, though the strobe effect led them, it'll lead that too. So we need to move.
Yeah. And also it is a little bit of a downward slope heading east. So makes sense.
I mean, yeah, ostensibly like a good direction to be heading down the hill, so to speak.
Before we go, she'll share her dark vision with everybody.
Is there a limit on that? Or
it's an hour.
Twilight clerics are best clerics.
I meant like a limit on people that you can do that on.
It's
radial.
It's my wisdom modifier.
Yeah, it's a radiance. It can hit all of you guys, and then it lasts for a nice long bit of time. So really yeah. And so congratulations, you all have dark vision if you did not right now.
And Micah's going to go ahead and cast his aid on Mary, Nerdy, and Otis. I'm sorry, Shylin, Mary, and Otis to get boosted up a bit.
Remind me what aid does. Is it tipping speed?
It gives you a five higher hit points for your maximum, and you get 5 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Sir, any of you hurt?
You look over and Argus is just like
he looks fine.
His body is one big bruise.
No.
I'm casting a mage armor as well.
She'll cast Cure Wounds on him.
Kellen is even worse hurt, by the way.
Okay, hold on then. They're both.
Otis can heal too.
I will cast healing
Otis
word.
is also. Otis maybe needs to heal himself.
Well,
I'll
use healing. I'll use healing word so everybody gets full HP back.
Oh yeah, because you got the Beacon of Hope up. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
So which spell and how much is it?
You get just all your.
Yeah, you get max or whatever.
You get max of what you are doing. So your cure wounds, what's the maximum that it can heal?
Well, I just did healing words, so the maximum it can heal is 4 plus.
You said everyone. Do you mean mass healing word?
Well, no, because the Beacon of Hope
just regular.
target is spread around to everyone.
Yeah, she's not high enough for mass healing word yet.
That's not how that works. Beacon of Hope says that if you get healed, you heal the maximum for that spell.
Okay.
I forgot what
so whatever spell you're using will heal max. And that goes for if you heal someone as well, Otis. So like if you cast healing word, you would just say what the max is for that heal.
Mimsy, mass
we're
healing
running
word is 3rd level, just so you know.
It is.
We are running to the very end of that Beacon of Hope, so I recommend that you get your healing in now before it is up.
I like cleric's spellcasting abilities based off of it.
Yeah, Otis will hit himself with Cure Wounds.
Wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay, 5. So that's a 9 for maximum hit points.
Okay, and who did you target?
Everybody.
You cannot target everybody.
A single target.
It's a single target spell, right? Or is it not? I don't know.
Healing word is I can target up to 6. I can. Oh,
I thought you were doing cure wounds.
No, I switched it to
I was getting confused.
Okay.
That's mass healing word if it targets one.
Okay.
You mean
I'm getting myself confused.
Do you mean prayer of healing? Prayer of healing targets multiple people but takes 10 minutes to
Yeah, I don't have time for that. Okay, one person. Itty, bitty, mighty, mo. I'll pick Kellen.
Okay, Kellen, you gained 9 hit points.
No, he's going to refuse.
Can't
do not
refuse.
Hey, I guess you could counterspell it if you wanted to. I'm not sure there's any other way you could refuse healing.
Do it. Counterspell it.
I won't. He was trying to speak up and say that they should heal Argus first, but it's also, we're in the middle of the woods. It's not worth wasting one of his resources on counterspelling a healing spell. He's gonna be kind of miffed with Shy.
Does anyone else, like, I'm counting down the seconds. Does anyone have any healing spells? All right, take the max for that.
Yep. 13.
Anyone else have healing spells they want to throw out there?
Yeah, I will also cast. I'll do it to Argus as well.
Okay, so 9 points for Argus as well. Miri?
Oh no, I was gonna give Argus a healing potion if Shy didn't heal him, but
Let me double
I'll
check
be
the words
nice.
on that. Regains maximum hit. A healing potion would also be max. So if they take a healing potion, you would get, if it's 2d4 plus 4, it would automatically be 12 points.
mm-hmm.
Done. Beacon of Hope is stopped.
Okay.
All right. You guys are wandering away to the east. How are you moving? What is your kind of marching order?
Because Speak with Plants is still active.
How long will that be active for?
Speak with Plants lasts for, I mean, that whole display you said probably like a total of a couple minutes past, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll say that you're kind of towards the end of that, but yeah, you could talk to a few things.
So he also probably ask one of the trees that he's passing by, like, what's the situation with that guy, referring to the trees that were being particularly aggressive and consume flesh, because of course he hasn't seen that before.
You get fear and fury. Fear and fury, fear and fury, just over and over. It's cycling and feeding into each other. The more fear there is, the more fury there is, the more fury, the more fear. That's kind of the state of the response that you receive. And you check in with a few different plants to kind of see what's up, and you just keep getting that over and over and over.
And Otis would like to use probably the last of his time to talk to his tree, unless it is considered so special that it doesn't, Speak with Plants doesn't work on it.
Talk to your tree, man.
Well, I guess this is our first conversation.
What's up?
Not much.
I'm a plant.
I know. I'm Otis.
Isn't it cool? Oh,
It's wonderful.
Is Otis a plant?
No, Otis is a half-orc with a problem.
Oh, man. Plants are cool.
Plants are the best. My dad.
Maybe you could be a plant someday. Plants are pretty cool.
I would.
You know what I really want? I want some good sunlight, man. I want some good sunlight. Could I get some good, some of that premium sunlight, man? I've been stuck, the canopy and the hierarchy and everything. I want to be one of those big tall trees that gets all the sun.
Well, that's going to come with time. We got to get you some water, too. And diet.
Yeah, okay, sure. You're one of those plants that's oh, yeah, you got to eat your nutrients. God.
How else are you going to go big and strong?
Man, I don't know. I'm a plant. I just do whatever the natural processes tell me to do or whatever. But I do want that sunlight.
How is Otis talking to this plant?
But the rest of you hear nothing from this plant. So you're getting no, but you'll be big and strong. And then
Helen gets the talking to a little kid voice. Now, Otis, do you think that maybe there's more interesting questions that you could be asking the plant about?
Like what?
What
happened?
What we're supposed to do?
Is this guy a plant too?
No, he's also a person like me.
Man, there's too many people around here. Where's my plants at?
I'll get you potted or something. Just relax.
So that means more sunlight? I don't know about this pot thing. It sounds like jail. You gonna put me in plant jail?
Otis, would you please ask him why that giant tree attacked us? Please.
Oh, yeah, I asked the other ones about that. They said something about fear and what was it? Hatred and fear?
Fear and fury.
Fury. Okay. Something about fear and fury, but that's all I was getting from them.
Well, if that's all they have to share with us, then why are you talking to this tree?
Because it's my friend. I mean, he can talk and talk. He can walk and talk with the tree. His tree. Because it's uprooted and he's been carrying it.
Man, I so thought you were going to die because obviously plants are the best. And that plant, oh my God. That's like the meanest plant I've ever seen. And let me tell you what, like, there's some of those like riverbed plants that they have such an attitude because they get first fed from all of the real good river stream. And that's just not cool. You got to leave some for all of us, right?
Okay.
You know what? I kind of agree with you. But give me 1 second. I got to talk to the other person.
Okay. I'm going to go back to being a plant, though. Later.
Peace.
It's about that time that your spell is wearing off.
Yep.
and it just knows this, and it's like, I'm going to go back to being a plant now.
It is magical.
True.
I got a new friend, guys.
As you decide your marching order and how you're going to be leaving, I think we're going to take a moment to lick our wounds and take a little break right here before we get to the next part.
Nice.
All right, sounds good. All right, we're going to take a quick 10 to 15 minute break. So if you like what you see here, we like to talk about the campaign. You can join us at our Discord, which the link will be in chat below. You can see as we have a spoiler as well as a non-spoiler section. We have fan arts as well as other content. So if you'd like to talk to the cast about the campaign, especially about the start of season 2, we would love to see you there. And we'll be back within 10 to 15 minutes to the second half of Rivenwood Academy, season 2, episode 1. Farewell for now. All right, and we are now back for the second half of Rivenwood Academy. Aaron, take it away.
You've survived. Many of you quite injured. You've talked to some plants that only gave you a feedback of fear and fury. And one very mouthy plant who's just kind of along there for the ride. What are you going to do now?
Y'all still poisoned?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I know Otis can fix that, but you're gonna have to give him like 10 plus minutes because he's got to meditate.
I can fix it.
Okay, you do have lesser restoration on deck?
Yes. What kind of clan would I be without it?
Although
I just need to
mega insulted.
double check, and this is something that as a cleric, no, you're good. Cool. Yeah, go for it. If you want to spend some time lesser restoring, you can. This is your guys' ball game now. I'm giving you that world. You guys just gotta tell me what you want to do now.
I will. It's just the two of them, right?
Just the two of them. Yeah, it's just Ardris and Kellen.
How's Nadine looking?
You
she's
did
technically
bust
still
Nadine out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nadine stays out for how long? How long does that last?
I think it's based on either my proficiency or my druid level. Feature.
Every week I say I'm going to get better at Wildfire Druids, and every week I go, I still haven't gotten there.
I know it's hours. That's the thing. It's like a few hours.
Well, Nadine is there. Nadine is currently
1 hour.
sitting.
Okay, there we
It maybe is a little bit uncomfortable because she's sitting on the position that normally Azarath would take on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
That flaming kestrel is kind of sitting there with the long tail feathers, and she's looking at everybody. She's a grumpy bird, obviously. She's especially grumpy because you summoned her and she didn't get to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just kind of like, I forget if we decided Nadine could talk.
I mean, I was hoping that she will over time, but that's up to you.
Yeah.
If you want her to talk now.
I think that she's too pissed to talk right now. She may have the ability, but she does not have the will.
And Otis will probably plead. We're like, look, Nadine, I'm sorry. There was nothing for you to burn down, okay?
She does that thing where it's like she turns around on your shoulder, so her back is to your face now.
I had to save their lives, okay? They're my friends.
It's a good question. Was Azarath with you when you got on the teleportation circle?
No. Not specifically, because with Wildfire Druids, it's not like Wild Shape or Wild Familiar. Like once you use your, it's a one shot and it's out for 1 hour and then it's gone.
Oh no, I'm not talking about Nadine. I'm talking about Azarath.
Oh, Azarath? No, because you said she was flying around.
Yeah.
But didn't get close to Otis.
Yeah.
So no.
I mean, that crazy emotion of like emergencies where you're trying to react. Like there's a lot of things that you don't think about until later. So you may also be considering right now, Azarath's not with you.
Oh, he's been aware of it, but it's been kind of a dangerous situation, one after another. So yeah, it's kicking in.
Where are we?
Do I know of
buddy.
this forest?
Sorry?
Do I know of this forest?
I don't know. Do you?
I can't imagine there's many forests with giant plant-eating monsters in it, so I don't know.
There are many forests across the continent, so I'm not sure. I mean, also, I'm not sure how, like, when you teleport into a forest, if you decide if you know it or not. Like, there's no signposts or anything that you've seen yet to give you a clue about kind of where you are.
So, yeah, but I haven't, like, heard of, like, there's a forest with the giant monster in it. Like this isn't like any.
Oh, I see what you mean. No. I mean, this is unusual. You would expect a forest to be dangerous for the normal reasons, right? Like normal wildlife and that kind of thing. This is definitely something that was surprising to you, not just from a, oh my gosh, we arrived and suddenly we're attacked kind of thing, but also from a forests don't normally do that kind of thing.
Does Otis detect any? Oh, sorry. My bad, Reed.
I'm not entirely sure where we are, but we should find a safe place to rest and regroup. Perhaps others should be looking for us soon, depending on where we are in the world.
Geez, I knew something was off about that magic circle. And I want my bird.
Where do we go?
First, we will find a spot to rest and to treat our wounds. Then in the morning, we'll find a way out of this forest and ideally back to the city. I imagine we can't be too far from somewhere. If the magic circle was indeed sent to send us to the mages, is it a mages college or a mages union?
The Hall of Mages.
Yeah, the Hall of Mages. Then we can't be too far off target.
Looking at passive perceptions, Micah, Miri, and Otis, from back towards the west, you are starting to hear things move, and there's that quiet coming through the forest. You guys have just been kind of sitting there chilling for a bit, not moving, and something, it appears, is coming your way.
We go coming. So they come. They're coming.
Yeah, we gotta move, guys.
I've been saying this.
How much longer do I have on fly? That's about an hour.
I'd say you've probably you spent some time doing some healing and some talking and stuff. We'll say you got about 40 minutes left.
I lied. It was up to 10 minutes. I don't know why I thought fly lasted.
You're not flying anymore.
I don't know why I thought that was. But, well, we should continue. This, I must admit, my survival skills are a bit lacking. Otis, could you lead us through this forest?
Give it a shot. It's not my normal woods. See, Otis can do that.
Roll survival.
All righty. Dice don't fail me now. There's a new brother in town. From town 10 to 18.
18. Nice. That quiet, like the forest is not meant to be quiet, and Otis, you're feeling it as like this quiet becomes more and more pervasive, and you can start to hear behind you. It would sound like trees moving in the wind, except for you have seen firsthand what some of that trees like moving sounds like, and you're like, oh no, we really gotta go. So you begin heading east, I think, is the way. That's at least what Kellen was suggesting. You're moving further down the mountain away from where you were. What pace are you moving at?
As fast as Otis reasonably can.
Okay, nice. So you guys begin kind of barreling down this mountain. You know there's danger behind you. You are ready to get out. And with Otis's 18, you're able to pick through. You find a couple of different.
Kellen would suggest to Otis after he starts like barreling through that we slow down slightly so that we can make sure to be more aware of any threats that are coming after us.
Otis will slow down just a tad.
You come up to more animal trails as you begin less barreling, more cautiously picking your way through the forest. You find a couple rabbit trails or deer trails that are helping you to move further down. And eventually there's kind of this really thick area where it's very overgrown, and there's briars and brambles and vines that are, you know what kudzu is, right? evil invasive plant that takes over things.
Especially
this area is like covered with it in a way that makes life very difficult. But with an 18 is very good. You're able to kind of try your way through certain areas, and suddenly you're on the other side, and there's a path, and you're sitting on it. It looks like a really well maintained, well packed, well graded dirt path that is wide enough that wagons or caravans could come through. And as you land, not too far away from you, you see someone. There is an older, middle-aged human man. He's got dark olive skin. He's sitting in a wheelchair, and he's kind of propped up back, and he looks over at you, looks back at the forest, looks over at you, and is like, well, that's not very common. You guys, I'm supposed to protect the path. I don't normally get people who come on to. Is anything following y'all?
Evil trees.
Big tree wants to eat, I think.
Yeah, I feel that. One moment, please. And he moves and wheels over kind of to where you came from. And he pulls out, it's a large medallion that is a holy symbol. Which of you are proficient in religion? I think Shy might be the only one.
I'm proficient in religion. I know my religion sometimes.
Religion Shy. Okay, you guys see, this is Paranon. Paranon is the god of nature. And the holy symbol is Parranon. Paranon. And it's got like this tree with a face on it that is up on a cliffside facing against a large wave that is coming in. And it's really ornately wrought from very natural materials. And as he holds it up against where you are coming, it begins to glow, and then it goes not forward, but out. And you can see that there are these posts that have been driven along the path, and atop each of them is some sort of maybe recreation of this holy symbol. As it hits it, this barrier lights up, and it starts lighting down the path as far as you can see in both directions.
That's so cool.
And he sits there for a little bit, and you can see like this kudzu and all of this overgrowth of plant and trees start to subside backwards back into the forest. And he has to concentrate for a moment to do this. It's about 10 minutes before he finishes up. He's like, all right, I should probably do this for now. I reckon introductions are probably in order. Hello. What's a bunch of kids doing in the forest?
My name's Kellen, and I do believe we'd be potentially willing to tell you more about how we arrived here when we learn a bit more about you, just to make sure that, you have no untoward desires when it comes to...
Yeah, I reckon that someone has drilled you on stranger danger, and that's proper for children. I like that. It's funny you coming this way. I don't think I've seen anything that wasn't untoward come out of this forest in quite some time. I'm Thor Rain. That's my name. I'm one of the path keepers here. About a decade ago, stuff started going weird with this forest. Something angry in there. I don't know exactly what it is, but we keep the path safe against this corrupting influence, protect the travelers. It's not too close to the nearest town, which y'all would probably best to go at. That's Twist Junction, just up a bit, but I wouldn't recommend traveling at night. If you don't mind backtracking with me, I got a camp. My wife's there. We can set up there. I'll keep watch. Well, you look pretty wounded. Did you need a little bit of help?
What forest is this exactly?
Where are we? I've never heard of this junction place.
Oh, y'all are. I don't understand how y'all got here and you don't know where you're at.
Might propose, it's a bit of a curious story, and I imagine if your wife is waiting, she might be interested to learn how we have appeared in such a forest as well. Maybe we wait until we get back to camp, so we only need to tell the story once.
I'll tell you what, that's pretty smart. I like that. If you'll just kind of roll and talk with me, we'll head that way. I just needed to stretch the wheels a bit. You're lucky I was this side of the camp. I was about to bed down myself for the night. And he begins to wheel his way back down to the south towards, it's not very far from where you see a camp where his wife is sitting there. But she looks up and she goes to talk to him and then sees all of you and is just kind of like, I guess we're having more people for dinner. Wonderful. Sure, I've got some extra rabbit around here somewhere. Give me a minute, I'll put some stew on. Everyone. It's interesting. Both of them are dressed in something that is, to put it in like D&D terms, you would understand, part paladin, part ranger. Like they have kind of a very natural kind of look to them, but obviously quite a bit of holy force behind them as well. And both of them equally kind of do this kind of thing.
Mary would like to just raise her hand really quickly. Can we not have rabbit?
I am incredibly sorry for my inconsiderate. What? Could I be rude and ask, like, what do you eat?
Pretty much everything that's not a rabbit.
None of you are like part deer or anything, right? Vegetarians? Anybody? Yes, Mr. Hand up. Sorry, we're gonna have to get names at some point here.
Helen, if I offer to help you do a bit of hunting for the extra dinner, roughly what are the odds that something nasty will kill me?
Oh, well, Thorane speaks back up. He's like, oh, I appreciate the offer, but we've got a pretty good, stock of various cured meats and this kind of thing. So I don't think we'll need to go hunting in the middle of the night. It's late. I mean, where are your folks' parents that you're out here so late? Also, you said Kellen?
Yeah, and then he'll kind of make eye contact with Ardris if he can.
Do I recognize anything here? Like, do you have any like political symbols? You know, anything?
Other than the holy symbols that they both hold, you don't see anything that's really indicating one place or another.
Well, our journey here has been quite an exciting one. But I suppose at the moment I am the closest they have to a sort of guardian figure, I suppose.
That sounds like a story. I tell you what, everyone get comfortable. We'll rearrange the stew a bit to our liking. And we can do the full introductions. I can give you a little bit of a clue about where in the world you are, I guess, and go from there. How's that sound? Some of you are looking real hurt. I don't have a lot of healing on me, but I do have some, and I'm more than welcome to help you. If you've gotten into some poison, I'm also willing to help you with that. I don't know if you guys ended up doing lesser restoration, but as pallies, they have the ability to remove the poison condition if you so choose.
Woohoo!
I would insist that you heal the others first, please. They are technically joking.
Alrighty then. And Thorane comes to each of you, and then his wife Estelle also comes to each of you. If you have the poison condition, you no longer do. As they spend that, they'll spend kind of their pool of lay on hands to help get you up to as close to maximum as possible. I think with the damage you took and the healing you already had, they can probably get you all the way up.
Kellen accepts the lesser restoration but refuses any healing, which probably guarantees everyone else can get topped up.
Well, I think, yeah, okay. I think everyone, I think we can get everyone up based on the healing that was already done. I think that the combination of the two of them, they have enough lay on hands to stay domestic.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Kellen is still going to refuse for Kellen reasons unless they're going to be like extra pushy about it.
No, these are the least pushy two people you've ever met in your life.
I was getting that impression. Yeah.
Taking this healing and you're going to like it.
No, my God commands, you will be whole.
They don't recognize my holy symbol, right?
I'm sorry?
They don't recognize my holy symbol, do they?
I don't know that they've really spotted yet. It hasn't been top of their priority to kind of, they're just giving once over for like injuries at this point. So not too much of that. But they get everyone comfortable, minus Kellen apparently, and then start to dish out some food. And they're like, all right. So again, for introductions, I'm Thoraine. This is my wife, Estelle. We're both Pathkeepers here. Kind of lucky when you came in when you did. A couple days from now, the roads will be closed for the festival. And so there wouldn't have been anyone out here. But if you don't mind, you don't have to give me your real names. I know there's quite a few people who wander around and they don't really have names they like to use. If you prefer to give me something else, I just like something to be able to say, if you don't mind.
Otis will say, Otis.
Or you could really give us your real names. That would be lovely, Estelle adds.
Otis said Otis. And can Otis look around the camp and see if he sees any animals within the camp from his vantage point?
Go ahead.
Perception roll?
Yep.
Okay, on it.
Even call me Artress.
Oh, Argus. That's such an interesting name.
21.
21. Like there's the normal kind of forest animals that come in and out. Like you see like what moves at night, raccoons and possums and that kind of stuff. Like there's the normal foresty kind of stuff. It does not appear that either of them have an animal companion with them at the time.
No horses, anything like that?
Nope.
Interesting. Okay. And, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Just real quick, like how are they reacting? Isn't Nadine still out and on Otis's shoulder?
Nadine lasts how long again?
1 hour.
Nadine would still be out. You're getting towards the end of Nadine's, because I mean it took a little bit to travel back to this camp. Nadine's probably gonna be gone the next 5 minutes, but for now she's there. There's a mild curiosity without any pressure for an explanation. I'm just kind of like, this is a nice bird you got there. It's not native around these parts, I don't think. I'm pretty good at spotting the birds here. We got a real beautiful nest of cardinals, not too far that way.
Otis is gonna laugh. She ain't no cardinal. You think she's nice?
Well, I don't know if she's nice. I could reckon she wasn't a cardinal, but be that as it may. Both of them turn their attention to Micah.
Micah kind of looks at the group, and then he looks at the two individuals. He's going to. We have like our items and stuff, right? Like packs and everything that we have.
Yeah,
that's normal.
yeah.
Okay.
You have. I didn't say, oh no, you left it upstairs. Like, okay. I thought that would be way too mean.
Okay, perfect. So he's going to take out his notebook and take out his pencil, and he's going to write down Micah and just show them to him.
Well, hello, Micah. It's a pleasure to meet you. Estelle, roll. Hold on, let me look at some passive insights real quick.
Okay.
Otis and Miri, you notice, still doesn't say anything. She's not unfriendly towards Micah, but something about Micah, like she immediately was like, and then kind of relaxed back into herself a bit. Just something caught her eye or made her notice.
Did they like take the book to look at it, or was Micah still holding it?
He was still holding it. They were just reading it.
Okay. Well, as soon as like she kind of noticed that, she's like, and she'll like push the book back.
All right,
puts
then.
the book back into his backpack.
I promise not to read anything else, I guess. I'm not really sure what that was, but I appreciate it, Ms. I don't think I caught her name.
Miri.
Miri.
Yes.
I try to say people's names right. There's so many people around here that got weird names. It's real difficult to get everyone right. And sometimes my tongue doesn't do the thing. You know what I mean? Other people, they got those names, but I do try my best. Okay, so we got Kellen, Ardris, Otis. Was it Mika or Micah? Like when you write it out, it's kind of hard to tell the pronunciation.
He holds up He holds up the two fingers to point towards the second option.
Micah, okay, Micah, and well, goodness, you are short and also have wings. It's a pleasure to meet you. Did you have a name that you wanted me to use?
The name's Shylin, and it's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Pleasure's all mine, Shylin. Thank you very much. Please, y'all, I would love to hear whatever story you got to tell, but tuck into the food. Know that we'll keep watch tonight. You guys look like you could use a good rest. And then in the morning, we'll point you down towards Twist Junction, which is the nearest town here. We should be able to get there probably about midday if you start early enough.
Helen looks at Ardris.
All right, do I know anything about that time?
He's just like, de facto, you're going to tell the story so you can decide what we leave out because you're the adult right now.
It is unlikely you would know anything about this town, but it's not impossible. So I'm going to say roll a history check and just know the DC is very high.
Can Miri also make the check?
That's a 14.
14. No, you don't. Miri, no. Otis, yes. Otis, if you'd like to write a roll a history check, you can.
Okay. Oh wow, he actually knows. Okay, potentially. That is a 16.
16. You feel like you've heard this name at some point. In passing, maybe, but you've heard it somehow. I mean, we're also happy to answer a couple questions from y'all. When you came out of the forest, you didn't seem to know where you were. Maybe that's a good place to start, or
Yes,
is this a case of amnesia, or what's going on here?
You could say we have gotten turned around in the forest. You may have gotten lost.
It would take some doing to get lost in that forest, I think.
We got lost on a school trip.
That makes far less sense to me than it probably does to you. But, all right.
Ardris.
Where exactly are we before we begin our tale? Yeah, not sure.
Well, you know, I don't know how well you know kind of your geography, but you know Dulendorn.
Oh, wow.
The country, right? This is a trade route that kind of runs the western side of Dulendorn. To the south of us is the Grorian Empire, and we're not too far from the border with Arisia either. I have pronounced Aresia, and Arisha at various points. I think that in canon, no one knows how to pronounce the name of this because I mispronounce it every time.
Right.
So you're not, I mean, we're not too far from either of those countries. I mean, again, I don't know what you guys, I'll be honest, none of you look like y'all are from around here. Maybe you kind of looks at Otis. Maybe you're from one of the tribes that run around here, but
do we are any of those countries even the country that we were just in?
No, you were in the Talesian dynasty in Rivenwood Academy. Micah and Ardris have the best understanding of kind of the continent map. You realize that you're a little shy of halfway from where you started to where you were trying to go.
Well, it's not ideal, but it isn't as bad as it could have been. I suppose I do owe you some information.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to stop you right there. You don't owe me anything. If you're comfortable sharing, I'm very happy to listen. I'm a collector of stories of the people who travel this kind of place, especially the ones who could use a little guidance. I sometimes have some we can give. I mean, Estelle's more the wise one than I am. She kind of smacks him on the shoulder a little bit as she finishes ladling herself the last part of the stew because she fed everyone else. But he's like, if there's something I can do to help you, I'm happy to hear it. But if I've been around folks who weren't sure who they could trust, and I don't want you to get to thinking that a night here has a price on it.
I feel like just for their hospitality, we should at least be a little bit honest with them.
Yes, I will tell you that we were attempting to make a trip to Van Hermio. However, something went wrong. There was a mistake in our method of transport, and that landed us here in this here forest. And at the moment, we will need to continue our journey, ideally to make it to Van Hermio with the most amount of speed possible.
Oof, that's going to be a tall order from what I understand. Now, I don't get out of this area very often. Like that's just, I was called to protect the path here to keep it safe. And that's what I do. But from what I understand, trying to get from here to where you want to go, a straight shot isn't going to do it. There's a big, hot, what do you call them? The desert in the middle of the continent. It's the kind of place you don't go without a guide. And so I'm not sure that that's going to be a possibility for you. Maybe one way around or the other. I am so sorry. I'm getting a work call. I will be right back.
I guess we on break.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, we're going to take a quick minute break. Of course, sit by and we're going to be back in a few minutes. So see you soon. Just 1 second. All right, and we are now back. Thank you for staying with us. And with that said, Aaron, take it away.
Where were we? I think Ardris was. No. I remember. Thorian was explaining bits. Yeah, so a straight shot's really not going to be feasible for most people. Like the travel is hard. You need a guide to get over the dunes. You might be able to cut north through Aricia and then kind of down that main trade route.
I think we lost Mimsy. Give me just
We did.
give me just 1 second. Sorry, take another quick break. Sorry about that. We'll be right back. Let's see. All right, we're back again. Sorry about that. The internet guys, we try to play with us, but we're okay. With that said, Aaron, take it away.
I'm starting to think that maybe in my sleep I'm getting my words all back around, but I'm just saying you may have to go up and back down through Arisia, or maybe you could cut through the Gorgon Empire, not the friendliest place I've been told, but it takes all kinds or whatever, and that take you through, goodness, what are the countries down there? There's Cato and Bolton. I'm not really sure what they're called, to be honest. Both those are possibilities, but you're not going to get a lot of travel done this week because it is festival week. It's the Feast of St. Justitia, and a bunch of stuff's going to close down. So I'd recommend getting you to a town where you can get yourself set up for a couple of days until after all that fun passes, and move on after that.
Where is the closest town where we might be able to send a missive about what happened and our current location by bird or magical means?
Well, I mean, I hate to break it to you. You all seem like, you went to some highfalutin magical school or whatever. Not a lot of us around here have that kind of ability or access to those means. Dulandorn itself, at least the above, is mostly nomadic tribes. Swiss Junction's unique in this. It's a trading post because it is so close to these other countries. It's kind of like where people go. So it might be your best bet if you want to get like an overland messenger or something. I don't know about any of that magic stuff. You may. It's just something I don't really know about.
We don't have trained birds in this region. Is that like extra uncommon in this world?
The continent is very large and the nations are very insular. It would be common in a different nation, but Dulandorn, if you remember, there's Dulandorn above and Dulandorn below. Dulandorn below has a way different society that's kind of built into what you would kind of conceive as most societies, but Dulandorn above is nomadic tribes that are constantly moving and following, hunting, and migrations. I would say the only real main city in Dulandorn is like its capital, and the only people who live there are the people who serve like governmental functions. And even that's kind of like very libertarian in terms of like what power is given out. There's a lot of like very decentralized in this particular country. In other countries, like especially in Therantamio, which is very, kind of a robust, high developed elven insular nation, that kind of thing would be like, oh yeah, you go down the street, you're good. But Dulandorn, not so much.
If we went around to like Aramissa or whatever, that like one of the routes around, would one of them be like a more likely place for such a missive to be sent?
Yeah, I think so. Especially along like main trade routes, you would get more. It would be more common that even that kind of technology would be much more used. This is just kind of a more rural area based on that. Remember, I had you roll that D100 and that D8 last time to kind of see where is it you're ending up. You just ended up in a really rural area.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Kellen is thinking like we should like optimize our paths so that we can get to one of those locations and, at least send a, hey, we're not dead message, right? Even if we're, not likely to receive any aid on our journey back to the Hall of Mages or something, like at least, they'll know we're not dead.
Yeah. That would be a plus, a boon, if you will. He kind of wraps this up and he's like, well, do y'all have any, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit through what minor things you might want to tell him. I assume you're not going to give him the whole, and then our school exploded. I assume you're going to be like, there was a mishap and we ended up in a forest and this is unfortunate. We're trying to make our way back.
Yeah, I think so. We don't even know how far that information would have spread since it kind of just happened. So
yeah.
What Argus is thinking, I assume, and Kellen would be on the same wavelength, is that we don't necessarily need to go spreading all of that about.
Yeah. And he would just take pretty much whatever information you give him at face value. And you'll be like, well, I mean, it sounds like you have quite a journey ahead of you, whichever way you're going. And what support I can give you, I will, which definitely is going to include safe passage on to the nearest town. And hopefully you can enjoy yourself some time for the feast day and find some way to contact your folks or whatever. And then you can move on from there. But tonight, please rest easy. We will keep watch. This is kind of what we do, so you're not going to have to worry about, forest goblins or whatever it was that was coming after you. You didn't happen to see one of those wild-looking tigers while you were in there, did you?
The what?
I see. Now, I saw it one time, and no one will believe me, and I keep hoping somebody else will see it so I'll have a bit of proof. But it was sort of like a tiger, but its face was too big because it had 3 pairs of eyes that kind of went up, and they were glowing blue, and the tail was kind of wicked. It had like a point on the end. Estelle just insists that it's on my dreamt, but I think it's out there.
Do I know the creature that looks like that?
I mean, it's the best way possible, but I hope we never find it.
That's fair.
Because that sounds
honestly, now that I'm considering my words, I probably should not have brought that up pre-bedtime. That feels like more of a daylight conversation, so I apologize.
A tiger's just a big cat.
I think the person eating tree is going to take up a real estate, but I appreciate the thought.
Person eating tree. Don't like that. Nope. All right. Hate it. Thanks for the information. Person eating
That's more if you want to know about it. I talked to him.
I'm actually reconsidering the whole daylight conversation thing real strong right now. How about we reconvene in the morning, and then as we travel, you can tell me more about the nightmare fuel that I currently have in my brain. Honestly, I can't tell if not knowing is going to make it worse or better. Because can I imagine worse than what it really was? Probably. Depends on how much time I give it. But anyway, rest easy. If you need to talk amongst yourself, I just ask. I mean, I'm going to be frank. Your children, I mean, not you, I guess. And kind of gives Argus a look like, I don't know how to measure elf. Maybe you're not.
I am 112 years old.
That sounds like an adult to me.
Sure.
Okay. Rest of y'all, just kind of while you're in my care, I don't mind if you need to, talk amongst yourselves, but I prefer if you are going to leave, at least give me a goodbye, so I don't get to thinking that something the force has gotten you and I'm a failure.
That seems fair.
Otis nuts.
Okay.
All right. And unless anyone has any further business, Wounded and weary and scared and confused, you all head to bed. And this is where we'll call today's episode of Rivenwood Gallery.
Well, this is definitely a great way to start off season 2. I feel like this is our Empire Strikes Back. Okay, so with that said, once again, thank you all so much for coming by. Thanks again for the hype train. Thanks again for the raid from Hunters Entertainment. Thanks again the Bear Pit, everybody for coming by. We always appreciate it. So we're going to go ahead. If you like what you see here and would like to talk about the campaign, you can of course join us at our Discord, which the link will be in chat below. And of course, join us for this Saturday. Yes, we have Lures for Faerun as we continue that episode. And then we'll see you again for next week. I think today we're going to go ahead and raid the Bronze Girl because I think they're currently, they're currently playing D&D. So we'll go ahead and give them a raid. And we look forward to see you all next week for the next episode of Rivenwood Academy. So, for now.